All right, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and today we're going to be doing the first in a series that I'm going to start doing. We're just going to kind of review some of the free-to-play heroes that I've been using during this playthrough. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you do, but if you don't and you're new to the channel, well, we only pull mystery shards and use heroes that every person gets. So it kind of makes us limited on the heroes that we can and can't use. Now, Valerie is a very good hero. All right. She is an easy to acquire hero, and she is one that I have used in almost all the content that I do right now. So she is an awesome champion. Let's kind of go over what we use her, like what we did with her gear and how we built her first, and then we'll kind of go into some of the things that you can do to make her a little bit better, the areas that you can go to use her in. Pretty much that's about it. So really what we did was in the beginning of the game, you just want to throw HP gear on her. She just needs to be very tanky and not die. Her skills are very, very good. Not her A1 though. A1 is basically just a damage ability. That's all it is. And to be honest, it's almost wasted on her. I mean, it doesn't really do much. But hey, extra damage is good once you get War Master. Skills. A2, we've got an increase the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. Just that alone is worth this skill. Also decrease the duration of all debuffs on all allies by 1 turn. Also completely worth the skill. And then on top of that, it places a 25% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also a very good skill. Now you have all three in one skill, and that is what makes her awesome. Basically, she's going to make, if you have attack up, they're all going to go up another turn. If you have attack down, they're all going to go down a turn. And then on top of that, you're going to get another increased attack or whatever it is that, you got going on. Now, her A3 is it places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now, this is according to her level. Honestly, it's not a great skill. It's just good enough. It basically will give you enough healing and enough shielding to keep you alive so that your main healer can bring that person back up. Um, as far as healing, I mean, my teams are all level 60 and yeah, I mean, she'll heal for maybe 5 to 9,000 HP, which I mean, it is a lot in this grand scheme of things versus other healers that I've seen, at least in the lower versions of the healers. But it also gives you a shield. So, I mean, it's kind of like a bonus thing. It's really good for a lot of content when you kind of get to the bottom of it. Like a hero will get right to the last kind of little titty bit of HP, and yeah, boom, heals them, shields them, and then you just wait for someone like Apothecary to come in and get them. For her, the masteries that we have chosen, I went support and offense. We definitely want War Master on her. All right. Main reason because it'll actually have her do some damage. That's the main thing. She doesn't have any damage skills really other than her A1. So you really want to get something that just kind of at least gets that little bit of extra damage. And one hit from War Master does more damage than like 3 or 4 turns of her actual attack. So it's definitely worth it. I mean, unless you build her with attack, which would be silly, you want her to stay alive. All right. Alive, alive, alive. So she can keep healing and shielding. We gave her some crit damage. I mean, it's just to kind of give her, like I said, that little bit of extra boost. A little bit of damage here down the way. And yeah, basically all this stuff is just damage. I mean, that's all it is, just to kind of help her out and killing that last bit of HP on somebody. Or if she ends up being the last one alive, she can take someone down. I have had that happen. As far as support tree, we went down for HP and shields and heals. Increased the value of heals because obviously we wanted to heal more. Increased the value of shields because we obviously wanted to shield more. Increase the amount of healing and shield buffs. It's like everything here is just healing and shielding. Increases the amount of healing, and we also want this to chance of decreasing the cooldowns. So that way she can get back to healing quicker because her cooldowns are not going to lie, really bad. And then we went down to has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion. There you go. You can get a little bit of an extra, attack up. Have fun. So that's what we did on her masteries. As far as artifacts go, like I said, you really want to build her HP in the beginning. The reason I switched her over to shields, which is either good or bad depending on how you look at things, um, she's really good for certain content where you want to keep everyone alive. And I found that the shield is the best way to do that for waves, at least until you get better nukers that can kill things and take them down. Mainly, we used her in Fire Knight. That was like her main thing, and then Scarab King. That was where Shield really came in handy because heroes would die in the runs of Fire Knight, and with her having a shield and then being able to heal and shield, she was able to get my Fire Knight team to the boss, in which case they almost never die. It was just getting them to the boss that was the problem. So we got them to the boss, and that's what we did. So she's got a shield on every single turn of every wave, so that's good. And she can put up her shield later. And we have the protected shield set, so she actually heals by 10% every turn also. So very good, very tanky. Let's look at her stats. As of right now, I have her at 51,435 HP. Attack is 2,457. Defense is 2,517. Speed is 191. Crit rate 61. Crit damage is 72. This is about as good as I can get with all the stats that I actually want on her. I could honestly care less if she crits or not. Resistance is 134. And accuracy, honestly, we don't even need it. She doesn't need accuracy. But we would like to get this resist up. We would honestly like to get the speed and defense up. These are just for future builds of Valerie. And attack, like I said, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, who cares? Get your HP up. So HP, speed, and defense. That's really what we're going to be looking for in future gear sets for her. Now, we have her in a attack banner. Reason being is that's all I had at the time when I built her. We may even have some things like HP and defense that we could throw on her. Like I would honestly probably throw resistance on her, this one. But we want the speed on this also, so it is good. It's not going to hurt. I mean, she's got a lot of HP right now, but we definitely want to build it higher. So yeah, I would say more resistance or HP or defense. Those are the three that I would probably put on her banner. We have HP on her amulet, and we have HP on her ring. Once again, you could do defense, you could do HP. This is just what I had at the time when I actually built her, and I just haven't rebuilt her because I'm actually happy with how she's playing. We do have speed on the boots. We do have HP on the chest. We have defense on the glove. We have defense, obviously, attack with an extra attack here, which is nice, and attack. So there you go. That's her gear. Now, where do we use her and what do we do with her? So when we are fighting in Doom Tower, Scarab King is a pain in the butt. And I know a lot of people have trouble with him. So that's where Valerie is very good. Now, with the shield, it makes it so that you can do, is this the second one? We'll see. Let's close this. I think there was another one. I feel like there was another one. Here it is, 90. We'll do the higher version. So she basically keeps it so that you have shields. I'm going to just start it. We can't do super. I have one key left. I have just enough keys to make this video. So we want the shield on her at every turn. All right. We want to make sure that she can keep everybody from dying. That's obviously, a good thing to have on your team because you want your defense heroes, I mean your attack heroes to really focus on attack when you're in here. So if we have Valerie in here with the shield set, then nobody really bothers them. Now the second wave is annoying always. That's going to go for every team you use unless you have a reset hero, which I do not right now. I do have one actually. I just haven't built her. And it's good for Scarab King because literally as soon as you get into the fight, you're not worrying about whether or not you have a shield up to take his shield down because every time you hit him without a shield up, he's going to knock you apart with all his debuffs. So having her in the shield set will help a lot in this fight. And then your DPS heroes who all have HP destroy can just literally wreck him in like 1 or 2 turns. So this fight is actually longer in the waves. The waves are what takes the longest in this fight. And I know a lot of people have trouble with Scarab King their first time. I know I did. And this is, look at this. This is the budget team. We've got Elhain here, Dark Elhain. We've got Odachi. We've got Jizzo in HP Destroy gear. We've got Outrider. Yes, he's an uncommon. And we have Valerie. Now, everybody here does HP Destroy except for Valerie. And to be honest, you could do this, technically speaking, at least this run without her because he's not very hard. Let's put it that way. Once you get your heroes built, but she's great. She keeps everyone alive. She heals, shields, all that stuff, and she'll keep the shields up, which is nice. So if you have the protected set, it basically will make it so that it stays on longer. More than likely, he's going to tear apart your shield eventually. But look, I think the shield's already gone. I think right. This is fun. This is why we need more high resist. Every once in a while it goes crazy, but there you go. Minute and 54, not the best time ever, but like I said, we're not using heroes that everyone has. And yes, we use Outrider. So who did the most damage? Not Valerie, 25,000. So basically Dark Elhain and look at this, Outrider out-damaged everybody except for Dark Elhain. He's so good. I love him. All right. So that's one place you can use him. I mean, Valerie, her. Either way. Another place that we use her is I'm not going to go through every single dungeon as far as playing them, but I will show you a couple places that we use her. We do use her in Dragon. All right. This is the main team that we use in most Dragon. Actually, not her. Usually, I bring in usually her. Usually. So this is the main team that I use on most dragons. Um, Once we now that we're getting into 18 and 19 and 20, she's going to fall off. What's going to end up happening is Spirit Host will come out. Valerie has been staying. I've been noticing that a lot more recently. In the beginning of the game, you'll use Spirit Host way more because she does the attack up 50%, which is way more important because then you just wipe everything out in 2 seconds. But as you start getting a little further, Spirit Host doesn't have any healing ability, unfortunately, just for herself. So she's really good if you need someone to stay alive in the team. She's horrible if you need everyone else to stay alive in the team. Um, so basically, Valerie takes her place. She has a 25% attack increase, not a 50. So it at least gives you that attack increase. Plus, it gives you shields, heals, and extensions of all your buffs. So that's why we bring her into all these fights. I'm not going to go through Dragon because Dragon's easy. I don't think anyone actually has a problem with Dragon. If you do have a problem with Dragon, it's probably the later levels anyway. Ice Golem, I believe we use her in here as well. My stage 17. Yep, same thing. Except we do bring her in for the removal of any debuffs, just in case. So that is something that we do use. I don't remember if we actually. I don't know if I actually built this team 100% yet. I did do a guide. This is 17, I believe. I think I just went into right. So I do have Spirit Host in a shield set here also. So having her and Valerie in a shield set is just awesome for not getting killed during waves and for keeping you alive for the first few rounds in case you want to take down an ad or something like that and you don't want to have any damage done to your team while you do that. But I wanted to show you at least a couple of dungeons just so you can see that yeah, she's an easy hero to get and you can farm her up right in the beginning and I'll show you where at the end of this, but yeah, you can use her in later game. We're not going to say late game. We are saying later game. To be honest, once I build her, I feel like she will be good for my late game, considering she is one of my favorite heroes now. She wasn't in the beginning. I thought she was garbage when I first started using her, but that's going to be almost every hero in here. To be honest, like they all are terrible until you get them up to like 50, and then you get up to 50, and some of them are even horrible then. Like some of them just don't really start to shine until you get them to 6 star. And I'm not even saying that because it's obvious that they're stronger. I'm just saying they don't actually shine as what they do for your team until later on. And when you actually get a gear set that really works with them. Now, there's a high probability this could fail. I don't even remember if I don't remember if I 100% did this. I know that I ran this on auto for the quest to do 15. And we just got here because we're about to get into the stage 17 quests. We're about to finish the arena mission. So that's where we're at right now, in case you were wondering. Um, and we are on day 170 now. So we haven't been playing too long, but long enough. There you go. See? And she just brings her right back up. And then everybody else has some sort of, heal back up kind of skill or gear that makes them heal. And then Apothecary will be the one that will come in and there you go and heal up anyone who's not healing themselves. But as you can see, like I said, Spirit Host keeps herself alive, which is nice. This could get dangerous now. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, usually what'll happen is when the team starts faltering and like say like Kale gets killed or someone gets killed, what ends up happening is Valerie and Apothecary just beat them because they're that strong. See, there you go. So stage 17, our girl Valerie, she did more damage than Apothecary. Not like it matters. And there you go. She is viable up to at minimum 17. I'll let you know how it goes once I get into the stages of 18, 19, and 20, how viable she is. But we are going to have to start upgrading all of my heroes' gears at that point, and that's when we're going to figure out who needs to change and who needs to go where. Um, we also use her in Fire Knight. I think what I'm going to do 17. I don't remember if I don't think I've solved this problem yet. I know that I've been able to beat it twice on auto. I don't really want to showcase 17 right now though. We're going to go into 15, and I believe this is the team we used. Maybe it could be possible. Let's look. Team setup. All right, so this is for Spider. This is I don't know what this is for. We don't care what this is. Oh, that's okay. What that is. So this might be. I don't know. It's a tough one. You know what? Let's run it. Let's just see what happens. I think I beat it with this um, on 17. We'll see. I think I actually had Kale. I think that was the problem. I was using this team, and once they got the shield down the on the boss, they actually would be able to kill everything. I mean, it would take a little while, but once the shield was down, they would do a ton of damage. But it was getting the shield down that was a problem. That was the issue with this team in Fire Knight because I'm still working Fire Knight 17 out, but I have been able, like I said, I have been able to beat it twice. And Valerie has pretty much always been on every team that I've done in Fire Knight, almost to a fault. She is in every single Fire Knight team I build, even the ones that are different affinities, because she's just so damn good. We'll see how she does in here. Like I said, this team wasn't meant for this dungeon, but I figured why not? Let's just try it and see what happens. I know they'll win. It's really just a matter of how long it takes them to do it because they've beat it on 17, so I can't imagine they won't beat it on 15 unless the affinities are that bad, but they're not. I mean, it could be actually. They're getting their butts handed to them with the affinity. Actually, I forgot because they're spirit, so they're not going to do that much damage. There goes Armiger. Uh-oh. It's looking pretty. All right, that's good. Perfect. There you go. Look at that. Healed right back up. Thank you, Mr. Apothecary. That's always the problem that you're going to have in Fire Knight, honestly, is getting to the boss with heroes that could kill the boss. Because most of the heroes that at least the ones that we're using will actually only have like either like three. They'll hit one hero three times. They don't really have a lot of area of effect abilities. I'm curious to see how they do here too. By the way, because I don't think they're going to land any of their debuffs. I forgot that I actually used Kale and who did I use? Kale and what's her name? Frozen Banshee for this fight on 15 because they won every time. That one's 100%. So I now remember which team I used for this fight. Let's see how they do. I'm curious anyway. We'll see if they can start doing some damage, and if not, I'll just restart with the actual team that I use in here in this turn. But these are good for the force affinity. That's why I was a little bit mixed up. I was like, which team do they use? Which team did I use? Because there's so many teams at this point. I literally just started using um, the team selector thing where you can actually build your teams and save them. I don't really use that very often because I never had anything that I really needed to use it for. There you go. See, I figured they would win. It's just not as good because they're not the right affinities, and they're going to miss a lot of their debuffs. But hey, it's working. Yeah, decreased turn meter is the best on Armiger. If you haven't seen Armiger in work in action, well, you're missing out. See, if she had just kept her skill going, there we go. Decreased turn meter. That's what we want. Here we go. Take them down. See, she's missing. They're missing. Usually I have them. There we go. Decrease turn meter. I have three heroes here that can decrease turn meter. So as soon as the shield goes down, as long as they don't screw up and they get the right procs, yeah, they basically just kill them. But this is a long fight. I think my best time with the Kale and I forgot her name and Frozen Banshee again. I think my best time was somewhere in the 2-3 minutes. We can look. There you go. Done. So Valerie is useful. Just a terrible team to use for this affinity. And there you go. They work just fine. But we don't want to do that. So our best time here, yeah, was 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and that was with Kale and Frozen Banshee. So Valerie is good in Fire Knight as well. Keeping your team alive. I actually had a team back in, I think it was, I have to go back and look at my old videos. I think it was stage 13 or 14. I don't remember, but they literally just wouldn't die. Didn't matter what happened. They ran forever. Obviously, they can't do forever because the HP destroy would eventually kill you, but they were going for a long time. You could probably go 20 minutes and still never die. All right, so Fire Knight, very good for that. Dragon's Lair, Valerie can be used here. Spider's Den, I don't believe we use her. We haven't used her in 15. I did use her, I believe, up until 14. I'm not going to show that one because that fight's annoyingly long. Um, I believe she's this is my stage 10 team that I've been using because they just kill it fast, so that's why I use it. Um, but yeah, you can use her up to 14 in the shield set, and she'll keep everyone alive and stop someone from dying. If you have a tank that you need to heal, she's great for that. So she is good in Spider. She's great in pretty much all of these keeps. She's great for all of them. She's great in Void, obviously. The only ones that I would say, man, there's really none. You can use her in literally all of these keeps. There's no reason to not use her. She's going to give you the attack up, keep you guys shielded and healed, and that's it. That's all you need from her. Iron Twins, I believe she's a staple of some of my teams. I don't have any keys right now. We don't want to buy them. I put her in there just to keep some people alive. A lot of times I'll just take her out because I usually farm stage 1 anyway. But when I'm doing the higher levels, I'll keep her in there just because she keeps everyone going. Um, Other than that, yes, Doom Tower, she's great in almost every single wave. I use her in my main team that I run through for all these levels. See, there you go. That's my main team. I use that. I use her for all my waves in Doom Tower. You can't go wrong with Valerie. She's an awesome, awesome hero. And yeah, definitely build her is really the point of this. So this is the first of many of these videos that I would like to start doing. Um, there she is. If there's anything that anyone thinks that they want to hear about with these heroes, or anything that they think I might have missed in here, if there's something specific that you want to learn about a hero, um, definitely put it in the comments. That would be great because I would like to start doing this for every single hero and making sure that everyone can kind of see where my heroes are at this point. And if you're looking to get Valerie and you don't know where she is, here you go. You can go right into campaign, go into Karna Castle, and literally just farm anywhere you want. And here she is. She'll drop maybe out of what 0.0001% chance if I had to guess by this game standards. But yeah, you can just farm her up in here, and she'll be yours. And you can easily max out her skills just by farming here, and you'll have the best shield and healer that you can get in the beginning of this game and mid game as well. I'm actually kind of curious to see where she goes from here because she was really great in the beginning a little bit and then she fell off for me. I didn't use her for probably a good month as far as like changing her up or really using for anything specific. She was really just there to, keep someone alive, and that was it. And now she's literally in almost all my teams. It's crazy how amazing this character has gotten over the last month. I mean, I as soon as I put her in the shield protected set and I started putting her into teams for my dungeons, she is literally the reason that I beat Fire Knight, and it's crazy. So don't sleep on Valerie, and everyone will be good. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I may do another one in a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is the first one in this series, and hopefully you guys will like it. So this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys have a great day, and hopefully you guys have Valerie. Let me know if you got her and if you use her ever. So have a good day, guys. Take care.